Circles. Specifically, circles are the set of points that are the same distance from a center point. So all these points on the outside of this circle are the same distance from the center. Alright, so the middle point is called the center point, and the distance from that center point to the circumference or perimeter is called the radius. If you double the size of that radius and it goes completely across the circle through the center, it's a diameter. The diameter is always twice as big as the radius. When we talk about polygons and the distance around the shape, we call that the perimeter. The perimeter of a circle, that distance around the circle, is actually called the circumference. So when we mean perimeter of the circle, we mean to say circumference. What is pi? You've probably heard about it. It's a number written with this Greek letter, and it's equal to about 3 14/100. It's an irrational number that goes on forever and cannot be written as a fraction. Usually we approximate it to be about 3 14/100 or about 22/7. Let's see where pi comes from. Let's say I've got a circle with a radius of 4. If it has a radius of 4, that means that the diameter is going to be twice as long as that. So the diameter is going to be 8 units long. Now, Archimedes found that if you take the diameter of any circle and you lay it around the circumference of the circle, it will always fit 3 times plus a little bit more. And that number exactly is pi. This circle has a radius of 5 centimeters. What would the diameter be? Well, the diameter is always twice as big as the radius, so it's equal to 2 radiuses, or 2 radii. So 5 plus 5, or 5 times 2, is 10. The diameter is 10 centimeters long. Here we're given a circle with a diameter of 8 inches. What would the radius be? Alright, so the diameter is 8, and the radius is going to be half of that. So what's half of 8? 4 inches. Find the circumference of this circle. Circumference is always found by taking pi times the diameter. And remember, circumference is the distance around this circle. Now they gave us a radius, so we have to change that into a diameter, and a diameter goes all the way across. So the diameter in this case is 10 centimeters. So all you need to do is multiply pi, and in this case I'm just going to use 3 14/100 times the diameter. That's it. Multiply those two, you get 31 4/10 centimeters. That's the distance around this circle. Find the perimeter of this semicircle. So we want to find the distance around half the circle, plus we need to add on the diameter to close it off. So let's start by finding the circumference of the full circle. So C is equal to pi times D. Let's use 3 14/100 for pi times 8. 8 is the diameter. It's going all the way across. When I multiply that, the distance around the complete circle will be 25 12/100 centimeters. But I only want half of that, so I'm going to need to divide that by 2. The distance around half the circle is 12 56/100 centimeters. Now I'm not done. to get the full perimeter of the shape, I need to add that plus the diameter. So that will give us the distance around the complete shape. When I add that, that's going to come out to 20 and 56/100 centimeters. That's the complete distance around this semicircle. So we know how to find the distance around a circle. This is the formula for area of a circle. Area of a circle is always pi times the radius squared. We don't use the diameter, we use the radius. So you need to keep these two formulas separate. Area is pi times the radius squared. Again, I'm going to use 3 and 14/100ths for pi, and now I need to find the radius. Here we have a diameter of 8. The radius is half of that, so the radius is 4. This is 4 squared, not 4 times 2. Make sure you do 4 times 4. So we then have 3 and 14/100ths times 16. Multiply, and you will know what the area is. When you multiply this, you'll get an answer of 50 and 24/100ths inches squared. Remember, it's area, not distance. And so when it's area, you must have square units. So 50 and 24/100ths inches squared is the area of the circle.